Bruh, what did Jimmy Kimmel say? This is gone crazy viral all over the place, bro, and I don't know nothing about nothing. Let's see what he said first. What did you say? What did you say, bro? Hold on. Is this it? Says, I don't think a lot of people would even seen what Jimmy Kimmel said is so mild. He didn't make fun of Charlie Kirk. He didn't mock the dead. He didn't even criticize Charlie Kirk's past statements. All he did was describe the killer as right-wing and mock the president. So Jimmy Kimmel's a super lefty.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
That it? Yeah, there's really nothing there, bro. There's really nothing there, dog. It's just tension is in the air. Who fired him? Is it with ABC? Hold on, let me get some information. Yeah, we did it. Jimmy Kimmel ripped off air ABC after sick Charlie Kirk lie. He definitely put out misinformation, but everybody's been doing that. Everybody trying to point the finger and say what political party Tyler was with or whatnot, man. But I think it's pretty official that, you know, he was raised from a right-winged family and went crazy with the left. But it's irrelevant to the point, bro. It's like, you know, he ain't doing nothing different than anybody else did, and he wasn't taking no digs at Kirk. He took a dig at Trump, but I'm sure he probably takes digs at Trump all the time, dog. So this is, I mean, it's shocking, but then it's not shocking just because so much emotion is in the air, bro. And it looks like ABC like super right-leaning. I don't know what's up with that. But let me get the details on this shit.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. This is the single proudest moment of my life. You and me, this movement together, this channel just got Jimmy Kimmel ripped off air.
How?
That's right. This is happening. This is really the Wall Street Journal. This is really an article. Disney has canceled Jimmy Kimmel's show, ripped him off air, pulled the Jimmy Kimmel.
But why? And Disney's like super left and super woke. Something don't add up, bro. But I could care less either way. You know what I mean? I haven't been canceled plenty of goddamn times. Not to compare myself to Jimmy Kimmel, but this is cancel culture. That's just what it is, bro. So like, you know, if you are, I don't know what types of like codes of conduct they got written, but you know, these motherfuckers are dictators, bro. If you out here making us look bad and not saying the right things, we got the right to pull you. And ain't shit you can say for it. People gonna get pissed off. It is what it is. This was definitely uncalled for. You know what I mean? Because there wasn't nothing there.
Night show is done, never to return. Entertainment giant move follows FCC Brendan Carr's criticism of late night host. Where did that criticism come from? Our program, ladies and gentlemen, right here today. We freaking did it!
Oh, I did see something about him getting involved with like the police or something. With law enforcement is like investigating him or something. Anyway.
Believe it! Oh, this is for you, Charlie. What happened? Jimmy Kimmel despicably attacked Charlie Kirk, saying that Charlie Kirk was killed by a member of the MAGA movement.
He didn't
Since
attack
Charlie
Kirk.
Kirk is the leading figurehead of the MAGA movement, this is Jimmy Kimmel saying that Charlie Kirk deserved his death and had a role in his own death. He's blaming Charlie Kirk for his own death. That's what happened in this.
The MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism.
Oh, yeah, it's a criticism to fly the flags at half-staff. Charlie Kirk doesn't deserve it. Charlie Kirk was killed by one of his own people. That's what Jimmy Kimmel said. Now, of course, that's a demonstrable evil lie. Obviously,
Yeah, that's a reach, bro. That's a reach and a half, dog. If he was out here on some, he deserved it and celebrating and all that, bro. All right, dog. Get him the fuck out of here, bro. All y'all motherfuckers need to burn. But there was nothing here. There was nothing here, bro. It's like, it got to be more than that, dog. Something ain't adding up.
Opposite is true, and we started the day off by creating that clip. Now, that got seen by millions of people, 10,000 reposts, 38,000 likes.
All right. I want to see, what's brother's name? Benny Johnson. Let me pull his ass up on Twitter. Breaking, the FCC chairman is threatening immediate action against Jimmy Kimmel, ABC, and Disney for deliberately misleading the public by claiming Kirk's assassin was a MAGA conservative. Damn. Everybody has been misleading, though. Everybody has been misled, bro. That's just the day and age of social media, bro. Yeah. You're insinuating. I mean, I was about to say you're insinuating people can't think for themselves, but clearly people can't think for themselves when they look at Kirk the way they do. They demonize him the way that they do when, they've been brainwashed and literally cannot think for themselves. So maybe that's got something to do with it, bro. If all these people, millions of people, can have this amount of hatred for Kirk, clearly they've been brainwashed by little short-second reels on social media, bro. So we cannot have Jimmy Kimmel out here misleading people, bro. But still, that's whack.
When you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. As you indicated, there are avenues here for the FCC. So there are some ways in which I need to be a little bit careful, because we could be called ultimately to be a judge on some of these claims that come up. But I don't think this is an isolated.
This sets terrible precedent, dog. Like, if this happens and it goes to court or some shit, bro, people can get arrested. I mean, losing your job is something entirely different, bro, because the employer can kick you for whatever reasons they deem necessary. But actually getting prosecuted because you spread misinformation, that's all social media does. That's all any of these media outlets do is spread misinformation. So that means you gotta seek prosecution on all these fools. Yeah, this ain't it. And then when did Kimmel say that, bro? Because I find it odd that he's that misinformed if he said this like yesterday. You know what I mean? Because it's been official by investigators that bro definitely fell down the rabbit hole to the left and was poisoned mentally, man. So I find it odd that Kimmel didn't know that. So I'm curious as to when he recorded this video. But at the end of the day, dog, this ain't it, player. This ain't it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because a motherfucker can come around here and make an honest mistake he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You was misled and you putting out misinformation, and now they can prosecute you. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, people, it don't even matter at this point. People are so gone, they're going to believe what they want to believe anyway. You know what I'm saying? People, someone could have clear-cut evidence of something disproving their belief right in front of them. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers are so stupid and retarded and delusional, they don't matter. They refuse to believe it. You know what I'm saying? These people want Kirk to be how they believe he is. They want him to be a racist. They want him to be a misogynist. They want him to be a transphobic. They want him to be all these things, bro. So anything that describes him the other way, they're not even trying to see it. Even if it can be proven, they're not trying to see it. So Kimmel out here saying everything that's been said already, and as tame as that was nothing compared to what these fools been out here saying. People on platforms, you know what I mean, been out here saying some crazy things, dog, like violent, sadistic things. This ain't nothing, bro. All Kimmel said was what team he on, right? That's it. Yeah, this ain't it.
Incident. I mean, you go back to Representative Swalwell, and he had a tweet out last week where he was saying that, emphasizing that Charlie Kirk's killer was a straight white male from a Republican family that voted for Donald Trump. In some quarters, there's a very concerted effort to try to lie to the American people about the nature, as you indicate, of one of the most significant, newsworthy public interest acts that we've seen in a long time. And what appears to be an action by Jimmy Kimmel to play into that narrative that this was somehow a MAGA or Republican motivated person. If that's what happened here with his conduct, that is really, really sick. And I've been very clear from the moment that I have become chairman of the FCC, I want to reinvigorate the public interest in. What people don't understand is that the broadcasters, and you've gotten this right, are entirely different than people that use other.
This is whack. This is whack. You know what I mean? Y'all know my stance on shit, but this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. To call that fucking sick, people are gonna believe what the hell they gonna believe, bro. And there's nothing you can tell them different to make them think otherwise. You know what I mean? So yeah, we can't go down this road, bro. We cannot go down this road, dog. Yeah, the FCC chairman is threatening immediate action against Jimmy Kimmel, ABC, and Disney for deliberately misleading the public by claiming that Kirk's assassin was a MAGA conservative. Who gives a fuck? Chairman Brendan Carr says Kimmel's malicious lies are truly sick and says they should result in Kimmel's immediate suspension and may lead to ABC losing its broadcast license. Chairman Carr confirms the agency has a strong case to hold Kimmel, ABC, and Disney accountable for spreading dangerous, politically motivated misinformation. This is a very, very serious issue right now for Disney. We can do this the easy way or hard way. These companies can find ways to take action on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. They have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with it an obligation to operate in the public interest. There are calls for Kimmel to be fired. I think you could certainly see a path forward for suspension over this. The FCC could make a strong argument that this is sort of an intentional effort to mislead the American people about a very core fundamental fact, a very important matter. Disney needs to see some changes. So it's just people losing their license. So nobody's gonna go to jail over this. Okay. I thought somebody's gonna I don't know what the fuck the FCC is. I'm thinking that's some goddamn law enforcement arm or some shit that could motherfucker serve jail time or, get fined or something. But motherfucker losing licenses and getting fired, oh fucking well. But this shit is soft as fuck, bro. This shit is soft as fuck. You know what I mean? This is like one of the oldest moves in the book, bro. Like that's all these platforms do all day, every day is flood everybody with misinformation. You know what I mean? That's all they fucking do, bro. So it's incumbent upon the audience to do their research and figure it out, man. But like I say, it's some scary times, dog, because motherfuckers is misled like hell, bro. You know what I mean? But still, you know what I mean? That's on the person listening, dog. You can't just take motherfuckers' word for it. Just because Jimmy Kimmel said it don't mean it's a fucking fact. You know what I mean? And like I said, bro, even if Kimmel is saying it, or even if you can prove it, idiots are still going to align with their emotions first. You know what I'm saying? They're not. One of the hardest things for people to do, period, is to admit when they're wrong or change their mind on things. That's a sign of intelligence, actually, bro. And it's, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot for a motherfucker to change their mind, dog. You know what I mean? And once you got it made up in your mind that, bro was a MAGA and whatever, like, ain't nobody gonna convince you out of that. You know what I'm saying? The feds can come out here and say, hey, he was a motherfucking lefty, right? He transitioned to a lefty, bro. They're gonna come up with all types of excuses. How the fuck you know? Right? Can you prove it? How you know he's a fucking lefty? That don't mean shit. His mom and dad are Republican. He gotta be Republican. Dog, like, bro, you can't talk nobody out of that. You can't talk nobody off that cliff. So regardless if Kimmel out here spreading misinformation, bro, like, he not doing anything different and nobody else is doing out here, bro. That's why you gotta, do your research and make sure you follow motherfuckers that's gonna be objective about things and put you on actual facts, right? And don't be tricked like most of these motherfuckers is, dog. But yeah, this shit gay as fuck. Shit gay as fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Kirk, and you know, y'all know my stance, bro. And this shit's shitty as fuck, bro. But yeah, this ain't it. The precedent it sets, this ain't it. But like I say, if nobody's going to jail for it, then whatever, dog. Whatever. Next story.